man in a garage made a choice that would reshape how the world buys almost everything. The camera pans across a dim Seattle garage, stacks of books, tangled wires, and a man hunched over an old computer. The glow of the monitor lights his determined face as rain taps softly on the roof above. In that small room, an empire is being born. A man in a garage made a choice that would reshape how the world buys almost everything. But how did this quiet dreamer turn one garage into a trillion-dollar revolution? It's 1994. The internet is young and clumsy, a playground for hobbyists and scientists, not billion-dollar businesses. But Jeff Bezos, a 30-year-old Wall Street executive, sees something different: exponential growth. While others are still debating whether the web even matters, Bezos calculates the odds. The internet is growing at a rate of 2,300% per year. That single number changes his life. He leaves his secure job at D.E. Shaw, packs his belongings, and begins a cross-country road trip with his wife, Mackenzie. Somewhere between New York and Seattle, he sketches his first business plan: an online bookshop that could one day sell everything. This is where Amazon begins. Not with luck, but with data, vision, and the courage to leap into the unknown. By July 1995, Amazon.com quietly launched. Its website is simple: plain text, a few buttons, no color. Yet within the first month, orders flood in from all 50 US states and 45 countries. Visual, slow zoom into the original Amazon homepage. Bezos names the company after the world's largest river, the Amazon, symbolizing endless flow and possibility. In interviews, he says he wanted a name that began with A, so it would appear early in alphabetical listings. Source: Business Insider 2014. By 1997, Amazon went public on the NASDAQ at $18 per share. Skeptics laugh. Who buys books online? They ask. Yet behind the laughter, Bezos is already planning expansion into music, electronics, and beyond. Lower third. Amazon IPO May 15, 1997. Then comes 2000, and the dot-com bubble bursts. One by one, internet companies collapse. Analysts predict Amazon will be next. Its stock plummets by more than 90%. But Bezos refuses to cut corners or abandon his mission. In his annual letter, he reminds shareholders, it's all about the long term. Visual. News headlines fade in, Amazon in trouble, then dissolve to Bezos typing in his office. By 2002, Amazon introduced Amazon Web Services, AWS. Initially, a quiet internal tool designed to simplify data storage. No one realizes this will become the backbone of the modern internet. Today, AWS hosts everything from Netflix streams to NASA research. Source: CNBC 2019. Then, in 2005, another innovation changed the game: Amazon Prime. A subscription that offers 2-day shipping for a small annual fee. It's not just fast delivery, it's a psychological promise: loyalty in exchange for convenience. Within a decade, over 150 million people are expected to subscribe. Source: Statista 2021. By 2010, Amazon's reach extended far beyond retail. The company launches Kindle, forever changing how people read. Independent authors can now publish globally without ever touching a printing press. Visual: montage of Kindles lighting up in dark rooms around the world. In 2018, after 24 years of continuous expansion, Amazon crossed the unimaginable, a $1 trillion market valuation, becoming the second US company to do so after Apple. Source: Forbes, Sep4, 2018. The boy who once sold books from a garage now commands a global supply chain that spans 100 countries. According to Amazon's original SEC filing, Bezos owned approximately 16% of Amazon's shares at its IPO, establishing him as one of the wealthiest entrepreneurs in history within a decade. Source: SEC Prospectus, 1997. Public records confirm the company's first office was indeed a rented home garage at 10704 NE 28th Street, Bellevue, Washington, where servers were powered through extension cords from the house. Document: Business Registration, 1995. Interviews with early employees, like Shel Kaplan and Paul Davis, describe Bezos as intensely driven and relentlessly precise. often sleeping under his desk and using doors as makeshift desks to save money. Source: Wired, 2014. Financial reports show AWS generated over 70% of Amazon's total profit in multiple years, proving that the company's success was never just about selling goods, but about building the infrastructure of the digital age. Source: Bloomberg, 2020. Not everyone celebrates the Amazon story. Critics argue the company's rise came at a heavy cost. Independent bookshops vanished, warehouse workers reported grueling conditions, and local economies struggled to compete with Amazon's low prices. Source: The Guardian, 2020. Meanwhile, supporters defend Bezos as a visionary who democratized commerce, giving small creators and sellers global visibility they could never afford on their own. For every store that closed, another seller opened a virtual one. Between those opposing views lies a complex truth. Amazon represents both the brilliance and the brutality of modern capitalism, innovation that lifts millions while also transforming how labor, privacy, and competition are defined. For customers, Amazon became magic. A digital marketplace where a book, a laptop, or even groceries could arrive at your door with one click. For many, it felt like progress itself. But behind every click was a human story. Warehouse employees often described the pressure of speed quotas, where every movement was tracked and every second counted. Source: Reuters, 2021. Yet others found stability, healthcare, and a path to financial growth in regions that had long lacked opportunity. For small businesses, Amazon was both a blessing and a battlefield, empowering millions to sell products globally, but locking them into a system they couldn't easily escape. The same empire that opened doors could also control who walked through them. Economists often call Amazon the invisible infrastructure of modern life. The company didn't just change shopping, it reprogrammed human expectation. Two-day shipping became normal. Infinite choice became assumed. And patience quietly disappeared. Bezos's philosophy, customer obsession, sounds simple, yet it's revolutionary. He once said, "Your margin is my opportunity." That sentence became a war cry in boardrooms across the world. AWS, meanwhile, turned Amazon into something far more powerful than a retailer. It became the world's digital landlord. Millions of websites, from small blogs to Fortune 500 companies, rent space on Amazon's servers. The company that started with selling books now quite literally sells the cloud. Source: The Verge, 2022. Experts warn that such dominance challenges traditional capitalism. When one company powers both global e-commerce and digital infrastructure, it blurs the line between market and monopoly. Yet others see it as a new era, where technology, not territory, defines empire. A young man leaves Wall Street with nothing but an idea. A garage becomes a command center. And one bold experiment grows into the architecture of modern commerce. But even now, with all the power and profit, the same question lingers. What drives Jeff Bezos next? High confidence. Amazon continues to expand into artificial intelligence, healthcare, and automation, aiming to reduce human dependency in logistics and retail. Its acquisition of Whole Foods hints at a fully integrated online-to-offline ecosystem. Source: CNBC, 2023. Medium confidence. Governments across the US and Europe increase scrutiny of Amazon's dominance, considering antitrust actions that could reshape how digital giants operate. These cases may take years, but could alter the company's structure. Source: Reuters, 2024. Low confidence. Bezos himself returns as full-time CEO. Though he stepped down in 2021, his focus on Blue Origin, his space venture, signals a new ambition, extending commerce beyond Earth. He's no longer just building a company, he's building civilization's next frontier. From a quiet garage to a trillion-dollar network, Jeff Bezos' story isn't just about money. It's about the courage to see what others can't, and the discipline to build it, one customer at a time. His empire redefined the world, how we buy, how we think, and how we dream of the future. If you want to explore another journey of vision and disruption, watch Elon Musk, From Code to Cosmos. Next on Velth Crest. All facts in this documentary are based on verified reports, public filings, and expert interviews as of 2025. Interpretations may evolve as new information emerges. Source notes and disclaimer. Primary sources include Forbes, Bloomberg, Reuters, The Verge, The Guardian, CNBC, and official Amazon shareholder letters. All third-party quotes are attributed and used for contextual analysis only. This documentary is nonpartisan and educational, aiming to understand innovation's impact on society, not to glorify or condemn individuals. Viewer discretion is advised for interpretive commentary.